Okay, this is from the crowd pleaser. The joy of junk food. Nutrition has nothing to do with it. We eat most food because our bodies need something from it. We eat junk because we want it. Forget nutrition. It's not merely beside the point, it's rarely anywhere near the same universe as the point. And what would that be? Indulging in pure physical pleasure, devouring something that tastes so good and usually feels good too, and often indulging in more than a hint of rebellion as well. Most likely, someone somewhere told us not to, and so, of course, we're attracted. When a single bite can hold the promise of hedonism and defiance, is it any wonder we're hooked? Don't call this snack food. True, some snacks are junk and vice versa, but snack is too polite for the likes of junk. Snack smacks of serving bowls and high budget advertising campaigns and leaves the door open to edibles with actual nutritional content like raisins or carrots. It misses out entirely on the potential for messiness and sleaziness and furtiveness and outright slumming inherent in junk food. Junk food is a luxury. It makes the statement, however unconscious, that we are sufficiently well off to eat solely out of desire. It is a treat. For a lot of us, junk is a break from our daily diet. For most of us, it's something our childhood caretakers doled out sparingly on special occasions. Sure, that was for our own good, but the tactic sent a message that has elevated junk food to hallowed status in many a psyche. Soft drinks were so rare an indulgence in the Spartan upbringing of one of my friends from childhood that they still inspire reverence in him, despite the rarefied dining he has enjoyed for decades as an international investment banker based in Europe. They sealed his devotion at the age of 10 at most, during his first flight by himself from the Rio Grande Valley to Dallas, where he got to have all the Dr. Pepper and Coke he could drink. He remembers the thrill better, or so he says, than the free flowing caviar and champagne on Swiss Air day flights from Libreville to whichever European capital was his home at the time. Being so special, junk food is a reward as well. A use we also learned from our early gatekeepers who would shake their heads at the sometimes counterproductive ramifications. Another friend who incidentally claims to go to McDonald's for the salads admits to crowning a several-mile jog in his younger days with an entire pint of Baskin and Robbins butter pecan ice cream in the parlor routinely. Junk food is naughty. It's the bad boy with the motorcycle, the girl whose popularity is the very reason you can't bring her home to meet your family. It's what you're not supposed to eat before dinner, or it'll ruin your appetite, or maybe not ever eat at all. Junk food is where we get to break the rules, even the ones we've made for ourselves, and especially the ones we got from our parents. Junk food is fun too, and not merely for giving a little rein to our inner adolescence. It's casual party fare, commonplace to the point of being inescapable with all manner of recreation, from going to the movies, an amusement park, or a street fair, to watching a game on TV with pals. So the sight of it signals good times ahead. Most of all, it's fun to eat. Junk food strips refinement and manners from eating and delivers a primal experience. With few exceptions, junk requires you to pick it up and eat it with your fingers. When it drips or oozes, as do melting ice cream cones or cream filled donuts, that's a cue to catch the escapee in midair. If you fail, no problem. There'll be residue to be licked up once the main event is over. The most satisfying junk food is highly physical fare. It cracks, it crunches, it squishes. When it resists your bite and then shatters, it supplies immediate stress relief. The next time an unpleasantness ambushes you, try a couple of minutes of explosive crunching and see if you don't agree. And when multiple textures unfold in one bite, that's junk food nirvana as far as I'm concerned. Peanut M&Ms do the trick for me, unless they're stale. Soft peanuts sabotage the effect. If they don't for you, or even if they do, think of what it feels like to bite into a crisp corn chip dripping with soft, creamy dip. Or into French fries, fresh from the fire, when they have a slightly hardened exterior that cracks to expose a soft core. It's tasty too. Junk food has a knack for larger than life entrances. It clobbers the tongue with exaggerated flavors and seasonings. Consider the borderline painful zing of hint of lime Tostitos, flamin' hot limon Cheetos, and atomic fireballs. The tang of sweet tarts and dill flavored potato chips, the hyper sweetness of Mr. Goodbar and Jelly Bellies. The more discomfort the flavorings trigger, the more they linger on after the last morsel has been downed, and in that lingering, awaken the desire for more. And therein lies one of the inherent dangers of junk food. Free will? Frito-Lay got it right with Bet You Can't Eat Just One. The slogan was meant for Lay's potato chips, but it applies to any type of junk. Junk food overrides the brain. It ignites a repetitive hand-mouth motion that hypnotizes the victim into automatic consumption. I'll just have a couple, you think, and the interplay of textures and tastes is over so soon that you pop in a few more. And when your eyes come back into focus, probably when you become aware of just how badly you crave a big gulp of some refreshing liquid, half the container or worse has disappeared, along with some small portion of your self-respect. I once sublet an apartment from someone who had the strength of will to leave behind an intact pint of coffee Häagen-Dazs, which was on all counts, item, flavor, and brand, an indulgence that I had not previously permitted myself. I stuck a spoon in at the start of a favorite sitcom, and long before the credits rolled, well, let's just say I don't judge my jogger friend.